Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome.
Oh, I can see the numbers going up.
Yeah. Welcome, everybody. We're going to do a poll right now. You're going to see a poll right now on your screen. So let us know where you are located right now.
Yeah, we are just curious. For those of you who don't know, Anna and myself, we are located in Alberta, in Calgary, and today
Yeah,
it's
I'm in
minus
Calgary.
15 here. We have
It's
a lot of
cold.
snow, but a lot of sun, beautiful weather, but it's pretty cold, I have to say.
It's cold. The sun is out, but everywhere is white. Like there's snow everywhere.
You know.
uh,
So, like, I don't think I will be able to close this poll, right? I think it's up to
No,
you.
I will be able to end it. We are still having people answer the poll.
Mm.
Welcome, everybody. Nice for you to be here. Good afternoon, good evening. So I'm seeing more people outside of Canada, New Brunswick, I have 3% there. I have
New Brunswick,
12% in
nice.
Ontario.
I just was in New Brunswick actually 2 weeks ago. It was my very first time there. I
Oh,
was in Moncton. Yeah, the weather actually was very nice there. It was plus 20 degrees, and now
oh,
like
nice.
I'm back to minus 15 in Calgary.
But they get tough winters there. They do get
Yeah,
tough.
and sometimes some hurricanes as well, right?
Exactly. They
This
get like
one,
snowstorms.
Fiona, yeah, I could see some damage there for sure.
If you're outside of Canada, let us know in the chat where you're joining us from if you are outside of Canada. All right,
Nigeria,
Nigeria, Ghana,
as always,
London.
a lot of people.
Okay,
Like
UK.
you have a lot of people from UK, and you usually during your info sessions, right? I was
Yeah,
wondering why UK.
yeah, UK. Okay, Nigeria, Ghana. All right,
Kenya. Oh, I've
awesome.
been to Kenya. Nice.
You've
I've
been to
been to
Kenya?
Peru. Yeah, I can see some.
Wow, you've done a lot of travel.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nice. Ghana, UK, Nigeria, Peru.
Like it's
Nice.
amazing. Yeah.
Nice. So someone is asking, where are you from
Oh, like
originally?
I'm originally from Russia, but these days I add 1/3 I'm Ukrainian. So don't judge me. Very strong. Yeah. Yeah, I'm originally from Russia, came to Canada 8 years ago. So I came as an international student. So unfortunately, I was not a permanent resident. So international students, they have to pay a lot of money to come to Canada because education for international students costs a lot of money. So I finished my school here, 2 years at Bow Valley College in Calgary. And then I applied for my Alberta provincial nominees and I applied for my peer. And actually, just this year, I finally became Canadian citizen, which I'm very happy about because now I can travel all over the world. I mean, not like to all over the world, but to many places with no visa. With my
Exactly.
Russian passport, I cannot do a lot.
Not right now for sure.
I know, so yeah, makes
All
me
right.
happy.
Thank you everyone for answering that poll. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. So for those of you who have been in Canada for a while, how long have you been in Canada for?
Yeah, and even if you have not been in Canada yet, so to Canada yet, so then like, no, you can answer as well. Just for us, it's nice to know, like what about our attendees tonight.
Yeah. You haven't been to Canada yet. Okay, we have
Oh, thank you
79%
so much,
there.
Christopher. Yeah, like look, we have like Christopher who attended our session
Yeah,
before. Yeah.
yeah. Brown just came into Calgary 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
Welcome, Brown.
oh
Welcome.
my God, to which city? So if you came to Calgary, you should let us know how do you feel about the weather today.
I know, I can just imagine how you feel, Brown, coming to Calgary in the winter.
It's like
Um,
Actually, it's so interesting. I have a colleague and she came to Calgary just 3 months ago and she's from Kuwait. She was born and raised in
Oh,
Kuwait. So before she came to Calgary, she had never seen snow. But today she drove herself to the office. And I was like, oh my
in the
God, this
snow?
is such an awesome job. Even myself, I woke up and I was like, okay, I have an info session today. Like, maybe I should work from home. And I didn't want to drive, but she drove, everything successful. I was like, look at you, girl. It's like,
Wow, amazing. Amazing. All right, so we have 12% less than 1 year in Canada. And we can see from the chat that there are a lot of people who are new to Canada in the last year or so. 1 to 3 years, 4%, 3 to 5 years, 3%. And 81% of the people here have not been to Canada yet.
so
So I'm
yeah,
originally from Nigeria, but I live in Calgary. I'm in Canada right now.
nice.
So for those of you who live in Canada, do you like living in Canada?
So for those of you who are not in Canada, now it's the time for you to know if you want to even come to Canada or if you should stay like
Don't do the poll if you don't live in Canada. Don't do it if you don't live in Canada.
yeah.
Oh, we definitely have more yeses, 84%.
That's
Okay,
good.
now 85, yes, 86. Good.
I
Good.
guess those who would pick no, it would be probably because of the weather.
Yeah, I'm sure the weather, they're like, no. Or maybe they are yet to find a job, right? Because that's one of the struggles that immigrants do have is, finding
Yeah.
a
And
good job
I
online.
always find that those countries which have awesome weather, like I don't know, like Greece, like Brazil, like in terms of the weather, usually they don't have like good, how you call it, when government supports you with a lot of like welfare, right? Like,
Yeah,
no package. Like, but countries like Norway and Canada, where the weather might be very cold, I guess they
I
have to
know.
attract people because if
Right.
they don't have that, like people just like wouldn't come, right?
Yeah,
So you have to
yeah,
sacrifice like something for something.
yeah. All right. Okay, so 85% say yes, 2% no. That's just one person actually. And 6, which is 13% say not sure.
Nice. And that like, person who said no, you're probably from Calgary. You don't like the weather we have today.
Okay, our final poll. Our final poll. Which movie or TV show do you use for financial advice?
Remember, it's a funny question. So
Yeah. Which movie or TV show would you use for your financial advice?
actually, it's so interesting. Before this webinar, I wanted to go for a run because I was like, people say it's okay to run like when it's cold. So, and then I went outside and I realized I need a different outfit. So maybe after the webinar, I'll try
Definitely
again. I was
not
like,
me in this
it's
weather.
not gonna work.
Not, I
I
have an appointment tomorrow and I'm still thinking, should I cancel? Okay, it's just a short.
come on, you can
Just being
drive
out
there. So
right
it
now,
should be
not my
fine.
favorite thing. And that's why I love working remotely and working from home.
Yeah, like
Not having to drive
working
into the
from
office every day.
yeah, like working from home is a blessing. Just recently, I was sharing that to my friend, and I said, like, you know what? Like, maybe that pandemic was awful, but like so many great things came out from it. Like now, like a lot of companies they switched
Companies,
to
yeah.
at least like a hybrid. We have to be in the office twice a week, so 3 days
Yeah.
we can work from home. So it's kind of nice.
Exactly. All right. So for the fun question, this always happens. 33% Godfather,
Yeah, like
10% Succession, 16% Shark Tank, 18% Friends, 10% Ozark, 4% Star Wars, 8% Squid Game.
yeah,
I don't know about that.
like
But yeah, Godfather always ranks higher. Godfather and Shark
yeah.
Tank always.
And Ozark as well. I have not watched it yet. I need to try.
Really, I'm surprised people use Ozark because Ozark is about money laundering. So
It's like, yeah, but
I
who
don't know
knows?
how. but I guess it's also just learning, not to be engaged with bad people. So maybe that's the learning there. But yeah, very interesting and fun, games. Thanks for taking the poll, everyone, and also sharing.
Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. So now that we have, concluded the poll, I wanted to formally welcome everyone to this session. Thank you for being here. Today we are discussing, for Canadian immigrants or aspiring immigrants, if you're in Canada right now, or you're going to move into Canada, very soon, and as a permanent resident, right? Or you have a work permit, or maybe even as a refugee. Wanted to share how you can be able to fund your education, right? So if you're moving to Canada and you know that you need to take exams, certifications, get training for your career. Say you are in a licensed career that requires exams and training, there are opportunities for you. A lot of immigrants, because of the amount of money that's involved in doing all of that, they tend to, go work survival jobs and get stuck there, and they're not able to save, or it takes a long time for them to save, or they just need to keep working, so they're unable to actually meet that goal of going to school, and that pushes the dream even further, sometimes up to 5-7 years. But with Windmill, right, microlending, and that's what Lydia will be talking about today, there are opportunities for you to get access to that funding, and you have a long time to lok at how you want to pay it back, and how you can use it to even support you, so that even if you're studying, you might not need to work. So these are the things we'll be learning today, and I'm so excited to introduce Lydia May to you. She leads the partnerships for the Western chapter of the Windmill Microlending. Thank you, Lydia. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Anna, for your invitation. And as always, I'm happy to speak in front of your crowd here. And yes, so should I start? Or I was wondering if you want to say a few words about your school as well, or everybody knows already.
Yeah, I can. I can definitely say a few words about the Business Analysis School. We are the host here today. And, I'm glad you mentioned that. So, who's the Business Analysis School? What do we do? Let me just share a short profile of what the Business Analysis School does. Give me a second. I'm just about to share my screen.
Like, we have so many messages in the chat box. I'll try to look at some of them.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys, if we cannot reply. I was wondering, what is the time now, for example, in Nigeria? It's like, is it like day? Is it night?
It's nighttime in Nigeria.
Like,
yeah.
It's very late or not?
Yeah, I think it's like midnight actually in Nigeria and UK.
Wow.
Because of the time change, it should be like about midnight right now. So the Business Analysis School, who we are an EdTech learning company and academy. We help non-technical professionals pivot into tech through business analysis, products, and project management. We offer a variety of courses and programs to help non-tech professionals get the right coaching, skills, and certifications to grow their income to 6 figures using agile business analysis skills and leveraging their existing experience. We currently have locations in Canada and Nigeria. So if you're in Nigeria right now, you can take courses with us. We do have, virtual sessions and programs that are specific to Africa. So if you're in Africa, you're in the UK, we have programs for you. We understand that you're in a different continent, different time zone. So we have a coaching team there. And then also, if you're in Canada, the US, anywhere in North America, we also have a coaching team here as well that can support you with your learning. My name is Eno Eka. I am the founder of the school. I transitioned from accounting to business analysis So if you're going to be making a career transition soon, I totally understand how that feels. And I understand that it is definitely, it takes a lot of funds, right? It is capital intensive for sure. I did fund all of my, learning myself, but with the knowledge of Windmill, which I didn't even know when I came into Canada, this is an amazing opportunity, and I'm excited to share with you all. So I have won multiple awards for the work that I do in terms of supporting immigrants, in terms of, the business analysis field, and also volunteering. So these are some of the awards that I have won in the last 4 years for my contribution to the community. The IIBA, we are an IIBA endorsed education provider. So any course or program that you take with the business analysis school is endorsed by the IIBA, and that means you get professional development units for it. We are a corporate member as well. We are an authorized training partner for Agile, Scrum, and Six Sigma with Scrum study. So if you ever needed to take a Scrum certification exam, Six Sigma certification exam, business analysis certification exam, we're there for you. So when we got to what we do, so as the business analysis school, we provide training, right? So when we train our students, they become consultants, and we place and train our students with our partner companies as consultants. So we everything that they learn and the experience they have, we use that to provide the businesses with business and technology consulting services, helping them to improve their business processes and revenue. We also place our talents with these, companies. Like I said, we provide certification. So everything around business analysis, Agile, Scrum, Six Sigma, ITIL, COVID, risk management, digital marketing. We have, training programs, certifications as well. And then we also provide coaching and training programs for all of this: business analysis, project management, product management, Agile, Scrum, data, business process management, software, risk and change management. All of this is included in our coaching and training programs. So if you'd like to get started with your business analysis career, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Email is support@businessanalysis.school.com. We have an Instagram page, Business Analysis School. We're on Facebook, Business Analysis School. We're on LinkedIn, Business Analysis School. Drop us a message, we'll get back to you. Send us an email, we'll get back to you as well. You can also call us if you're in North America. You can call us on 587-324-1440. So that's about it. And I hope that with the learning that you get from Lydia's presentation today, if you're interested in the business analysis school or the business analysis career, we are a partner with Windmill Microlending. So your learning experience with us can be funded through Windmill. We have lots of students who have gone through our program using the Windmill like microlending, microloans. They've landed jobs in different parts of Canada. And the funny thing is, I don't know how, but they land jobs, so fast, and they're able to also, pay off their loans. So that's just the amazing thing. And that's why we want to share the, what Windmill does, because I believe it's so helpful for all of you in and outside of Canada. If you're coming in very soon, at least you have the knowledge that you need. So that's a brief about Business Analysis School. So I'll let you take it up from here, Lydia.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm pretty sure a lot of your clients, like they're successful, it's because of they have a very inspirational leader. Like Anna is amazing in terms of like she has received a lot of awards just recently, and one of them is 100 most powerful women in Canada. Am I right, Anna?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, look, and you have been in Canada just 4 years, right?
Yes, I came in Canada 4 years ago.
Like those achievements which you have gotten for the last 4 years, like those are amazing. Yeah, so thank you so much for being an inspiration for so many newcomers and refugees.
Thank you.
Welcome everybody. So I'm glad to see that so many people are attending today. And sorry, like I see a lot of chat messages, I see them, but I don't have time to answer. But also I have to tell you, so my presentation won't be long. I don't like long presentations, so don't worry. So I have just like maybe around 10 slides. And then if you have a question, just please use the Q&A box. So it's not the chat box, it's the box on the left side of your dashboard, because then it's easier for us to manage your questions. And also, like, if you have them, like, since my presentation is not like very long, then just please like, keep all of your questions like till the end. So let me start, like, let me share my screen, and I hope now everybody can see my screen. So for now, you have heard already our name a few times, but here you can see our name is also spelled in French. The reason behind that, because Windmill is a national organization, a national charity, actually. So we have offices not just in Calgary, where myself, I'm based, but also we have offices in Quebec, Toronto, Saskatchewan, BC, and we can work basically with every province. So some of nobody is from New Brunswick, so we can work with New Brunswick, we can work with Prince Edward Island. So for us, if you're based in Canada, so like we can work with you and your success story as well. So what actually we do, you've heard already that we provide microloans, but what exactly is the microloans and why we are a charity organization? So we provide microloans up to 15,000 to skilled immigrants and refugees, those who seek to achieve their career success in Canada. And sometimes when people hear, oh, a microloan, they might assume that we are a bank or like some kind of financial institution, and we are not. As I mentioned already, Windmill is a charity organization, and actually we have been around more than 15 years. So we started in 2005, and we started, actually, I'm proud to say, here in Calgary, in Alberta, because there was a wonderful woman. Unfortunately, she passed away. She was a doctor at one of the Calgary hospitals, and she was so sad to see that janitors and cleaners there back at home, they were nurses and doctors and lawyers, and that's why she started this charity. So she gathered some powerful people in Calgary, and they organized 5 loans to those newcomers and refugees. And since then, since 2005, Windmill has become a national organization. Here you can see that we are funded by the government of Canada, Ontario, Alberta, and Quebec, because we are not for profit. So, and usually not for profits in Calgary, they are funded by the government. So, and also you can see that we have helped more than 7,000 people. Actually, I just looked at our data today, and now it's 8,200 loans. So I need to update this slide, so it's my fault. But yes, like more than 8,000 people, they worked with us, or they have been working with us in terms of their career success in Canada. So and I always love to tell this story. So when I was applying for a job with Windmill, so I check their website, well, like the Windmill website, and also I went to see Google reviews. And let's say if you're in Canada already, or if you're coming sometime soon, so before you sign a job offer, always check like a company website, and always check a company reviews, because it will help you to understand if you want to work for that company, or if you should run away from that company. So, and when I checked Windmill reviews, I was surprised to see that more than 200 reviews were in Calgary with 5 solid stars from every client. And basically all of those reviews, they're legit. Like, you can try to contact people because it's on Google, and you can ask about their experience with us as well. And here you see some data just for Alberta, but again, if you are based in Ontario, if you are based in New Brunswick, you do your Google search and you will see some data for your region. So what makes us unique, and why I keep telling that we are not a bank? So first of all, we don't ask you to provide Canadian credit history, because we understand people who come to Canada, sometimes or like almost every time they don't have Canadian credit history, or people who have been here for a while, they might not have it as well. Because if I remember right, 8 years ago when I came to Canada, I didn't have my Canadian credit history, and then I started having it maybe 6 months later or 1 year later. So I don't remember exactly. If you have it, it's great. If you don't have it, this is not a requirement for us to refuse you and that you won't have a loan with us. A similar idea, we don't ask you to have a stable job or have a stable income, because again, we understand that people can live off their savings, like they can live off their EI. Again, if they have been in Canada for a while, like they can be on some government support. And last two things that we here, we don't ask you to have a cosigner on your application or have any assets to secure your loan. How our microloans can be used, and Anna already has mentioned a few things, but here you can see like all of the things our microloans can be used. First of all, they can be used for foreign credential recognition. So we see it a lot among our clients from Nigeria, and actually I have to say like the majority of our portfolio, it's clients from Nigeria. And and I always find it very interesting that people who come from Nigeria, they are lawyers or doctors. Even I have a friend and she's from Nigeria, and once I ask her why like everybody I meet who is from Nigeria, they're a lawyer or a doctor, and then she told me it's because when we are young, so we are told you have to be a lawyer or you have to be a doctor. So funny things, but yeah, it's at least it's at least like my experience with people like from Nigeria. But yes, so foreign credential recognition. So let's say if you were a doctor in Nigeria, you come here, or if you were an engineer in Syria or like a nurse in Peru, so you come here and your credential first won't be recognized, but don't be disappointed because everything is possible. And Anna is a good example of it, right? So she came to Canada 4 years ago, and look at her now. She's the founder of the school. She's receiving awards across Canada. So everything is possible, but just you need to know all of the information available and just make your career success plan and make your decision what you want to do in order to achieve your final aim in Canada in terms of your job or education. So the second thing here, it's a career change. So a career change applies to those for example, in Russia, I had a lot of professions before I moved to Canada. I was a project manager, I was a public relations manager, but then I came to Canada and then I studied human resources and business administration. So it's totally normal when newcomers come to Canada, they might change their profession. And now I'm in a completely different profession than the one I was in Russia, right? So, and we saw it a lot during pandemic. A lot of engineers, they wanted to become IT professionals, or they wanted to be at Anna schools, right? So if you want to change your career, it's possible and we can fund that, but just you need to be sure that you have your clear career success plan, how that transition will go, and you have to understand what transferable skills you have in order to apply it to your new profession in Canada. So same idea here with professional development. So maybe some of you have been in Canada for a while, you're happy with your profession, just you wanna have some continuing education programs like micro credentials, just or maybe some new programs, just those which will help you to get to be promoted in your current job, so we can help you with that. And relocation for employment. This one is a very great thing. So let's say if you are already in Canada and you came to Calgary, you went to business analysis school, and then as Anna said, a lot of your clients they get jobs all over Canada. And let's say you are done with the school, but then you have tried to find a job in Calgary, didn't happen, or maybe you were not happy with the salary. So let's say you want to relocate and you get a better job offer from Ontario. So then you can come to us and you can tell us, hey, no, listen, so I have this education, I have my experience, and this is a job offer from Toronto, and it matches more my skills, it matches more my experience. Can you help me to relocate there? Because like I know like a lot of countries which were mentioned in the chat box, like they are big, but Canada is also very big. So and a lot of people, they do relocate based on the job offer from better organizations, or just like for their personal reasons. So yes, if you want to relocate from Calgary to Ontario, we can help you with that. And also, our list of eligible expenses is very long, but you don't need to memorize it. I'll share with you just in a few minutes in the chat box some useful links where you can find all of the information what we can cover. Just here I'd like to tell you about two things I really like. For example, myself, I have a daughter. She's around 3 years old, and now she's at her daycare. So, and because actually is at her daycare, I can present and I can work. If I had her now at home, it would be very difficult for me to work or to study. So let's say if you're in Canada already and you're a student at business analysis school, but then you have kids at home. So it's very like unfortunate to have kids at home while you are studying. So then you can ask us, hey, so I'm a student and can you help me to cover my daycare expenses? Same idea, you might work already in Canada as an Uber driver, but then you want to be a student at the college or university. Again, it's very hard to have a full-time job and be a student. And again, like you can come to us and you can tell us, hey, I need to reduce the amount of hours I work for Uber, or maybe I even need to quit my job, but can you help me with my living allowances? And for sure, we can do that. So how I love to tell, we can cover a lot of gaps which can appear on the way to your success in Canada. So just it has to be related to your education, like to help you with your career in the future. And the the best thing here that again we're a charity organization. I keep repeating that we are not a bank, and that's why we have a different approach. I love to call it like a holistic approach in some way, because even before you take on a loan, you will be scheduled to have a meeting with a career success coach. That meeting is an online meeting, is designed for you. It's designed for our clients, because we don't want you just to sign on some documents and then you are having a loan, you have no idea like how to pay it off. No, we don't want that for you. We want that this loan won't become a burden for you or for your family, and that's why this meeting is for you. In that meeting, you can ask us, hey, how much I'm gonna pay, like what will happen if I don't pay, or you can tell us, hey, I need some help with my resume, I need some help with my LinkedIn skills. And sometimes we can help you in that meeting. If we cannot help you, let's say if it's not enough time, we will refer you to our partners. Here in Calgary, I work with a lot of settlement agencies, so they can help you absolutely for free, so you won't be forgotten even before you take on a loan. And then also we have our mentorship program for those who already are our clients. Like for example, if you're a student at business analysis school, like you can come to us and you can tell, hey, I need a mentor who is already successful in Canada and who is successful in my own field, who can guide me all on my way to this success in Canada. So, and we can match you with a mentor, so it's absolutely free. Again, we work with a lot of partners in Calgary. I work with Craig, and actually Anno is a volunteer, so she acts as a mentor for many newcomers and refugees as well. And the last thing here, it's our online and digital resources. It's available to everybody. And again, I'll share some links with you. Please check those links. It's a lot of advice on career success in Canada. We have educational pathways for many professions like doctors and nurses, what you have to do in order to get back into your profession, or maybe if you want to start a new one. So a lot of resources, they're free, just read them through. again, you might not become our client, but we wish you a lot of success in Canada. So those resources might help you. And you might think, okay, you've told us all about good stuff. You sounds amazing, but you keep saying it's a loan. So what about your terms and conditions? And I'm happy to share this with you. Sorry, I need a glass of water before I talk about financial stuff, because very different from Eno. I'm not an accountant, and I tried to study accounting. It didn't go through so well. I mean, it didn't go well. So, but I'll try to do my best to explain you our terms and conditions. So you can see that we work with prime rate. So prime rate, it's a Canadian prime rate. So it comes, so first of all, an overnight an overnight interest rate comes from the government. When it comes out, all of the major banks in Canada decide what they're gonna implement as prime rate for their clients. So, and unfortunately, this prime rate, which usually every major bank in Canada has, can fluctuate. So, for example, during pandemic, it was very low, something around 2.5%, and today, because of the inflation, it's going up. So today it's 5.95%. But I always tell to our potential clients, for you, what is important to know, if prime rate in Canada goes up, it means every loan in Canada goes up. So, but what is important for them to know is that on top, Windmill adds just 1.5%. This rate doesn't fluctuate. So this rate is a permanent rate. It means still in the end of the day, we might be one of the cheapest loans in Canada. So, and because of the prime rate today is up, so our rate is 7.45%, which is still much cheaper than to apply for a credit card, whereas the interest rate is 20 to 25%. It's cheaper than to apply for a line of credit and many things. I always tell we are very similar to a government student loan, just like it's easier to apply with us, and also we can cover continuing education program, so those which are not credentials program. And you can see that here we have the maximum repayment term up to 5 years. Again, it will depend on the length of your program. So we will look at each case individually. And also, let's say if you win a lottery or your family sends you money and you want to pay your loan back, so no strings attached. We won't charge you any penalties or administrative fees at any time. Even when you meet with a career success coach, and let's say for some reasons you will think it's not for you, you can drop off, and again, no strings attached. You won't owe us money or anything. So, and also we see some clients, they don't apply for the maximum amount of 15,000 first, they take a smaller amount just to start, to get an admissions letter, maybe buy some textbooks, and then eventually more money can be taken just up to 15,000. And sometimes we see clients who pay their loan off and they come again and again to us again, just because the conditions are great. It's nice to work with us, and we are not a bank, so we use a different approach than a bank. And I understand still it's a loan. It's not a grant. If you apply for a loan with us, you will have to pay us back. And for me, when I had my job interview with Windmill, I remember I asked my HR, and I was like, so you guys sound like heaven. You don't ask for Canadian credit history. You don't ask people to have a stable income or to have a stable job. Do people pay you back, or they on the nearest plane to their home countries with 15,000 in their pockets? And I was surprised to hear that actually the repayment rate is really good. The repayment rate is 98%. Sometimes it can be 97, 97.5, but usually we are around these 90 figures, right? So, and for us, this is that evidence that for more than 15 years, people, they have paid us back, they have been paying us back and we have the solid data that they increase their income more than 3 times. And it happens in a very understandable way. So people come to Canada, their credentials are not recognized, then they get their business analysis diploma, or like they get their exams as doctors. So they come back and took their professions, and that's how they increase their income more than 3 times. And here you can see a success story of one person. If you go to our website, you'll see tons of the stories like that. So all legit that you can contact people and you can ask about their experience in Canada as well. So just a couple of slides left. So I have to tell you about our eligibility criteria, because again, we're a charity organization. We are funded by the government. If it was up to us, we would help all of the human beings who want to immigrate to Canada, but unfortunately we cannot do that. And even I've seen some messages here that, oh, I'm coming to Canada as an international student. So unfortunately, international students, they won't be eligible for our program. I was an international student myself, as I said, when I came to Canada, and then I was on my work permit. So I went through all of those permits. So I understand your pain, but unfortunately, if you don't have a permanent status in Canada, you won't be eligible for our program. So to be eligible, you have to live in Canada. So you cannot apply outside. So you have to land here. Then you have to be a permanent resident, Canadian citizen, provincial nominee, protected person, or conviction refugee. You can be on a work permit, but only if you received already, let's say if you land in Alberta, it's called Alberta Provincial Nominee. So then if you have a permanent status from the province, then even if you are on work permit, then you will become eligible. So again, unfortunately, international students won't be eligible. But again, it's good for you to know, because I wish when I was an international student, somebody would have come to me and told me about this program, right? So because then I might have made a different life decisions in terms of my student spending and everything. I mean, when I got already my Alberta provincial nominee, but I didn't know about that. So it's good for you to keep it in mind. Then you have to be internationally trained. So it means, for example, I'm a Canadian citizen and I'm an internationally trained. My husband, he's a Canadian citizen, but he's not internationally trained. He was born in Canada. So you have to be internationally trained. It means you have to have some post-secondary education, which you obtained abroad. If you don't have it, that's fine. We still can work with your work experience. I see it a lot among truck drivers. I work with one truck driving school in Calgary, and the owner originally from Ethiopia, I believe. So, and he has a lot of clients who came from Africa. So, and most of them, they don't have post-secondary education. Usually they have high school, but then they don't have a secondary education, but they all have worked in Africa as truck drivers, or maybe they had their own businesses. So then they might become eligible for our program just based on their work experience. So, and here you can see how you can see if you will be eligible for our loan. So especially if you are in Canada already. So here you see the QR code. And also in a second, I'm gonna send you a link, and that link will bring you to our website. And that eligibility criteria is just, it's a few questions. It will ask you about are you in Canada already? Are you internationally trained? Actually, let me try to send you this link as well. So in the chat box. Then let's say when you answer those questions, and you can try to take it because the thing is, even if you are not eligible, you will receive an automatic email, and that email you can save somewhere, and then when you are in Canada, you can use that email because that email will tell you exactly what to do if you are eligible. So it will tell you please submit your documents. It will tell you what documents to submit. It will tell you like how to submit that, and also it will have our link to our website, so you can save that email somewhere, and later on when you might apply for loan, you can come back to that email. So I've sent you this link in the chat box, or you can use right now the QR code, so you can open on your phone. I believe I'm not good with phones and everything, but I believe that you guys are very smart, much smarter than I am, so you can figure it out. So and then what else left? Let me see. Our application process is pretty straightforward. So as I said, first you take this eligibility quiz, the link in the chat box, then you submit your documents. Again, our website explains exactly what documents, and you can see even here all of the links, they are hyperlinked, so you can see like immigration status, prior training or education. It's pretty straightforward, very easy to apply. And then when your documents are checked, you will be scheduled to have a meeting with a career success coach. Again, it's a Zoom meeting where you can ask us as many questions as you want. We can ask about your story, what you want to do in Canada, and what is your success plan. And then after that meeting, if you are happy with us, we are happy with you, so you might be approved, and then you will be on the way to your new career. And usually the application process is pretty straightforward. It's 10 to 15 days, but I always tell it will depend how quick you can submit your documents, how quick you can meet with a career success coach. So, and then basically the time frame is flexible, but usually it's 10 to 15 days. And that's it. I always tell you should connect with us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, because again, our marketing teams, they always post like awesome tools, awesome links to like awesome articles, how to succeed in Canada, a lot about immigration as well. It's very easy to find us on LinkedIn and Facebook, but still, I want to send you just some links. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, and then I'll check our Q&A box, or maybe Anu can help me with us, but let me send you this in the chat box as well.
Yeah, I've been responding in the chat.
Oh, thank you so much.
So you have to send it to everyone. You're sending it to just me on their hosts, right?
Really?
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my God.
To everyone.
That's so bad. So then let me try again. So first of all, eligibility quiz. Click at this quiz now. You can open it in your browser then. Everyone. Then like that. So yes, you can click and it will be open in your browser, and then you can try it now or do it later. Again, just 1 minute or even less. Our social media channels are here, so you can connect with us, and in a second or in the end I'll share with you a few
awesome. Yes. So all of you asking all those questions, take the eligibility quiz. It would tell you immediately if you're eligible or not. You have to be in Canada to be eligible. Those who are asking, is it a hard or soft check? There is no check on your credit. It is just
no. Wait.
And I shared earlier,
no, and that's
doesn't require credit scores or anything like that.
Like we don't ask for Canadian credit history, but it doesn't mean that we don't check. So we will check everybody. So just if you don't have it, it's not gonna be fast. Or you don't have it, go away. And also, let's say if nobody comes to us and they have not the greatest credit score, for example, in Canada, I think not the greatest one is 500 and something. We still can work with you, and we are gonna check why you have it, because some people, it might be just a stupid mistake, like a few mistakes. If we are gonna see a pattern that you're not paying at all, like to lenders, then of course it's a huge risk for us to take on you. But when we do our check, so it's not a hard check, so it's a check, but what I was told that let's say if somebody at the same day as they try to apply for a car and they try to apply for a mortgage and they try to apply for our loan, then of course your credit score might go down. But if it's just like one check during one day, it might decrease your credit score just slightly, but it will go up. So it's like it doesn't happen that way that it goes down, and if you do everything good, it doesn't go up. So yes, it just, we don't require you to have it, but we will check. And same idea, if you don't pay, we won't report to Equifax straight away, but if you don't pay, like, and then you don't answer our calls, you just ghost on us, eventually still we will have to report, like, no, because we cannot allow that other lenders
Exactly.
they have the same issue or something like that. So don't think that, oh, it's because like we are a charity, we don't do our due diligence. Yes, we do that, and again, it's for your own good. It's not like because we are mean people or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So for for that person thinking that doing the quiz is going to be a check on your credit, that's not what it is.
No. The quiz, no. The quiz I won't ask you. The quiz just to get exact email. We are not eligible to check your credit anyhow. To check your credit, we have to see your SIN number. So like we cannot do any credit check or on you only like when you apply for our loan, like when you submit your PR card, your documents, your SIN number, your visa, then and we will ask you, so we will ask you for your permission, because without your permission we cannot do that. So no, eligibility quiz is absolutely harmful. We don't collect like any private information. It's basically just for you. We need to know your email, so we do collect like your email for sure. So like you even can leave like fake name or whatever, it's up to you. I don't recommend that, but if you're afraid, but we do collect like your email, because then we need to send you're eligible on or not. Yeah. Any other questions? Because
so I'm looking in the Q&A right now, and we do have questions about people relocating. So if you're not here yet, you already have admission into University in Ontario. So you, like she said, if you're coming in with a student permit, you're not eligible until you have a work permit or you're a nominee. Okay.
So yes, with a study permit you won't be eligible, because with the work permit you might be eligible, but you need to have a government nominee approved. So Ontario provincial nominee or Alberta provincial nominee. The quiz, somebody said they were not able to open a quiz. Try again. It took me a few seconds before the whole thing appeared, so it might be just that.
There's a question here. What is the interest rate on the loans, please?
So it's today it's 7.45%. Also, you can see that information on our website. So you can see we have different interest rates actually for every province. I keep forgetting that. For example, in Alberta is 1.5 on top, but if you are in New Brunswick, actually it's much cheaper, because in New Brunswick it's a new market for us, so we work just with prime rate. So, and prime rate today is 5.95. So if you are in New Brunswick, so Atlantic provinces and BC, it's 5.45. For others, unfortunately, because it's like in Alberta the market is established, so it's 1.5 on top of prime rate.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Lydia. So there's a question here. What is the process of application? I want to enroll the business analysis school and get business analyst certification. So great question. So if you are in Canada, you are a permanent resident, you have a work permit, provincial nominee, citizen, refugee, or protected person, you can actually get the microloan from Windmill to fund your business analysis training. What you'll need to do is reach out to us. We'll put together your admission letter to admit you into the business analysis school. I will ask you some questions too as well, just to determine that you're eligible for our program. And once you have your admission letter, that is what you're going to use to kickstart your application to Windmill. So if you are interested, make sure to reach out to us at support@businessalysisschool.com. I'll put the email in the chat, but that's the same email that you've been receiving the emails about this event from. So you can request. We'll need your full name, your email address, and of course, your legal address here in Canada.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, and this process works the best because then when you come to us, you have already an admission letter from from the business analysis school, and it will help to speed up the process. I would like to share some links here. It's for career success plan for you guys. Again, and those links, just to read some information there, just see like what jobs will be trending in Canada. And I think there was one question for you. What is the cost of business analysis training?
Oh, okay. I'll answer that. Yeah, I just want to get through all the questions in the Q&A. So for those who are asking about the resource links, all the links that Lydia has sent, we'll still send them to you by email. So that will be the same email you use to register for this program. Okay. What are the courses available at Business Analysis School? So we have several courses. Like I said, we do have global programs, and then we have specific programs for different regions. We have on-demand self-paced courses. So we have master classes, we have workshops, we have the foundations course for business analysis. These are self-paced online courses. We have certification course that prepares you for the business analyst certification, the ECBA, CCBA, or the CBAP certification. We also have a practical training class as well for those who are in Africa or the UK. We have certification classes, and we have the practical training class. Also, we have the coaching program. So we have the accelerator program and the thought leadership program. These are holistic coaching programs that cover everything around certification, practical training, career coaching as well. So yeah, so that's what the Business Analysis School, that's what we offer. I'll just put the link here as well in the chat. You can definitely send us an email, if you have any questions, need any support. But this is our website, and on our website, you can see all our courses there. All right.
And I've seen a lot of questions about if we can fund you to travel to Canada to be at Anna school. We would love to do that, but no, guys, you have to be in Canada. You cannot apply outside of Canada. So you have to be in Canada, and what is more, as Anna mentioned, you have to have a permanent status in Canada.
So there's a question here. The immigration status requirement, it says I can submit my health card. Alberta health card doesn't have a photo. Would this still be acceptable, as I'm yet to get my PR card?
So sorry, can you repeat that? So it's about nobody took our eligibility quiz, or they look at our required documents. So and what is the question?
He says, can I submit my health card? I don't have my PR card or my driver's license.
You don't have them because you're still waiting, or
I think he's still waiting. He just came, but you have your COPR, right?
Yes,
so that's
like something, your landing papers,
your landing paper still works,
something. So you don't need to have an actual card, but you like what Anna said,
confirmation of permanent residence, that paper they give you. You can upload that as well. Take a photo of that. That's fine. Okay. All right. All right, that's for Babatunde. Okay.
No, and I see a question if you can study from Nigeria. You can study from Nigeria, but unfortunately we won't be able to give you a loan because again, you have to be in Canada in order to apply.
Exactly. Okay.
And visitor visas, no, you have to have a permanent status. So visitor visa, study permit, they're all temporary statuses in Canada. It means like if you don't switch to a permanent status, technically they can kick you out of the country, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's why when you're in Canada, and let's say if you are on a visitor or a study permit, always try to get a permanent status through provincial programs, through express entry. So yes, you cannot be qualified if you live in the US. No, unfortunately not. Yeah, I'm trying to go through the chat just to see.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Q&A as well. A lot of repeated questions. I just want to make sure that that we have answered. Can someone with a PhD in chemistry be admitted into your business analysis school? Absolutely. No matter your degree, you can come into the business analysis school. In fact, if you do have a PhD in chemistry, I definitely recommend you go to our YouTube channel. We do have one of our students who has a PhD in chemistry.
Oh,
Who,
really?
yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, who joined the business analysis school and got a job as a business analyst and also shared his experience, with us. I'll share the link right now in the chat. He has a PhD in chemistry.
Oh, like there is a great question in the chat, and now it shows me that I need to talk to our marketing team. So I'm asked if what we mean by internationally trained. So I believe if you're on our website, if you click internationally trained, it has an explanation. So internationally trained, it means that you have some education which you obtained abroad. So prior coming to Canada. So for example, if you had your degree, if you had your diploma or certificate, this means internationally trained. If you have a guarantor in Canada and you are not in Canada, you cannot apply for a loan. So you have to be in Canada. And plus, we don't require you to have a consignor. So that's why if a consignor is here and you are not, so unfortunately, it's not gonna work.
All right, so we've gone through all the questions in the Q&A.
Yeah.
I'll just go through the chat. So the loan doesn't require a guarantor, so you don't need to have a guarantor to get the loan.
But I think the question was what if my relative is in Canada and I'm still in Nigeria? Can I apply for a loan? No, guys, you have to be in Canada. This is a program only for those who are landed immigrants or refugees, but not those who are outside of Canada, unfortunately. And same question was, I think, to you, Anna, about if business analysis school provide microcredits.
Yeah, we don't provide microcredits for you trying to relocate. Our programs are not relocation focused. They're also not degrees or diplomas that you can use for relocation purposes. So please, if you're looking at immigration, I already shared a link in the chat, which was a session we had when
I think just recently, right?
Exactly.
A session, yeah.
Yeah. So the consultant shared all of the strategies you can use, how to go about it right now. So please go on our YouTube channel. I shared the link as well. You can watch that session and learn about the strategies she shared, because a lot of the things she shared, I hadn't heard them before. Because a lot of people just know about like the express entry, the federal skilled worker program, but there are other programs that you can take advantage of. So go with that session and take advantage of it right now. Yeah, so I guess we have answered all the questions and everything that you need to know. Hassan says, I have 3 years work permit in Canada. I'm interested in the business analysis school. Is there an accelerated certification within 2 to 3 weeks? What kind of certification? Because even our certification classes are 4 weeks. So I don't know what you mean by 2 to 3 weeks. So you might have to send us an email and maybe book a call with us so we can learn more to understand, understand what exactly you need. Okay, your Junie says, can I take the program if I am a visitor in Canada? Yes, you can take our program if you're a visitor in Canada, for sure.
You will be able to take a program with business analysis school, but unfortunately you won't be able to get the funding for it.
You won't be able to get the funding, but if you can fund it, absolutely, you can join the business analysis school.
So if you have money, yes, you can.
Yeah, this session is being recorded. We will send out the link as well. Once we have put together the recording on our YouTube channel.
And Anno, is that okay if I send you a follow-up email as well, like you can include?
Of course, absolutely, yeah.
Or
We're
maybe
going to
if
send
you
all the
still like,
links.
have like, those links like, from the last time, like you can
It's the
include
same
them.
thing, right? Yeah, we do
Yeah,
have that already. We
yeah.
have the PDF and then we have the links.
Okay,
You
so
get that in your
then, yeah,
email.
it's exactly same things. Okay.
Yeah. So you get that in your email, and also the recording of the session. If you joined us late, you can catch up and listen to Lydia's presentation and all the questions that we've answered. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you for being here, especially those who joined from outside of Canada. The cost of BA school, we have so many programs, so I cannot exactly say which program will be a good fit for you, depending on your experience and skills, but you can schedule a call with us. So I'll drop the link in the chat. You can schedule a call with us in the Business Analysis School. When you schedule a call with us, we would ask you some questions about your career. And based off of that, we'll recommend the right programs for you, whether it's certification, whether it's practical classes, whether it's coaching programs, we would recommend for you. So you can book a call with us.
Nice. I'm wondering how many calls a day you usually
We have a full team in different regions, supporting this. Yeah. So if you're interested in the Business Analysis School, you can schedule a call with us. We'll answer your questions. Please remember, don't book a call to ask about how Windmill can help you outside of Canada. It's only for if you are in Canada.
Yeah, and
Okay.
also, again, if you have a question about Windmill, you have this eligibility link. So you can go
Exactly.
to our website and please don't send us an email if you understand that you're not eligible, because unfortunately we have a very small team and and people just won't be able to answer, hey, I am in Syria, I'm in Nigeria, can I apply? So because take our eligibility quiz,
Exactly.
this is the best way and to see if you're eligible or not. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Can someone with engineering background start the business analysis class? I'm in Canada. Yes, you can. Brown, Victor, you can start the business analysis class program for sure. I'll definitely say you should email us or schedule a call with us so that we can help you. I'll definitely recommend, our coaching programs with you. The programs start at 12 weeks. We have 12 weeks and 24 weeks. So determine on what you what you want, where you are in your career, then we can answer that question. But yes, you can. We have engineers who are in the business analysis school. Anyone can take the programs.
Nice. Yeah.
For those living outside of the UK, of like Canada, example, the UK, is there a payment plan for students who can't afford immediate payment? Yes, we do have payment plans for the business analysis school. And that's why I said visit the website so you can see all of those options. We have other funding options. For example, in the UK with Monzo Bank, you can get funding as well.
Nice.
Is PMP qualified as international trained? No, international trained means you have a degree or a diploma, not a professional certification. Right?
Professional certification would do as well.
Well, PMP is not PMP. The PMP project management certification is not for a particular region, though. You can take it anywhere in the world.
Again, I would say that they should take that quiz because I've seen some certificates, and again, if people don't have post-secondary education, they can use their work experience.
Okay.
So, let's say if they work as a hairdresser, if they work as a truck driver, so a taxi driver back home, so then they can apply.
All right. Unfortunately, we don't have any such programs like this for those who are asking in Nigeria. We don't have any, but if you do have access to funding, of course, you can take advantage of that. You can reach out to financial institutions, maybe any nonprofits as well.
Like in Canada, I'm pretty sure all of not-for-profits they're entitled that people have to be in Canada. Because if you think about that, it would be very risky for the government of Canada to allow people apply outside of Canada. So yeah, unfortunately.
Please visit our website to learn more about our programs. If I migrate with LMIA, will I be eligible to apply, please?
LMIA. So I'm familiar with LMIA. So if you come here with LMIA, it means you will have permanent residency, I think.
Oh,
Or
okay.
maybe it's gonna be just work permit.
Work
But see,
permit.
but
I
that's
think
why
it's
you
work
need
permit.
to check like that info session with an immigration consultant
Exactly.
because like our technologies is limited in here, because I think first you might have actually work permit which will be attached to your employer, but then eventually still like you might apply for a government provincial nominee program and then you will become eligible.
Fantastic. So I hope that answers your question, Babel. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Juni.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. All
thank you so
right. Thanks.
much. And like it's getting dark in Calgary now.
Yeah,
It's
it's dark. From five
night.
o'clock, it gets dark.
Yeah, I can tell like no, my lighting. It's so dark in the room.
Don't worry, we can see you. We
Yeah,
can see you
that's
for
nice.
sure.
Yeah,
Omolulu says, thank you. I'm joining the event from Michigan, USA. I am moving to Canada. Fantastic.
nice.
Welcome.
Yeah, we're very happy to
Welcome. We're
have you.
happy to welcome you to Canada from Michigan. So yeah, if you want to join the Business Analysis School, please feel free to get on our website, check out our programs. I definitely recommend our coaching programs. They are holistic. You get access to all of the coaching you need for your certification, practical training, career coaching, and certification that supports you, in your career. You'll be receiving emails from us, so please make sure by tomorrow you're checking out your email so you can get access to all of the resources we will send. So Enoch, I don't know if you joined us earlier, but if you're a student in Canada, you're not eligible, right? You can't get the loan as a student, but you can join the Business Analysis School if you can
Correct.
provide the funding for your training. Yeah, lots of thanks to you, Lydia. You said your presentation was very informative. It was a nice session. Someone said it was worth it for me, even though I sacrificed my sleep. It was worth it.
Oh, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you
Very
so much.
resourceful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. I do please send your thanks to Julia, to Lydia in the chat. Lydia, thank you so much for taking the time to present the information about Windmill, to us. Please, for those of you who are interested in business analysis careers, please use the calendar link that I put right now to book a call with us, or check your email. We'll send all of the links for the eligibility.
Like you guys are gonna
Also the
have a
career
follow-up
resources.
email.
Yeah, we'll
With
send everything to
recording
you
and with all of
after
the
tonight.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So have a wonderful evening and night, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone who joined us from USA, UK, Scotland, Nigeria, Ghana. I remember those countries.
Peru,
Thank you
Peru,
so
I
much.
remember.
Thank you so much. We do appreciate you. And thank you, Lydia, again, for coming and delivering to us and sharing the amazing benefits of Windmill. I think for me, what first blew my mind was the fact that Windmill would take care of your living expenses, even up to daycare, right? I have friends who have kids and they pay up to $3,000, $2,000 for daycare, right? So even up to your laptops, right? You need to buy a laptop, an iPad, you need to buy books, everything that you need to relocate. So it's not just taking care of your, of your course fees, but everything you need to be comfortable to actually study and pass, because Windmill wants you to be successful. We don't just want you to take a loan, because if you are working and going to school, to be honest, it's very hard. And that's why most people don't come out with good grades, or it takes them way longer. Because I met a single mom last year who is going to school full-time and has 2 kids, and she's working in a call center. Now she's taking 1 course or 2 courses per semester. So it's going to take her like 4 years to finish a 2-year program, right? But imagine if she had the knowledge of Windmill to support her in getting that, diploma that she's trying to get. She would be able to just focus on that, have coverage for her kids, and take care of her family. So I really do love that Windmill is supporting a lot of immigrants, in Canada. So please, if you're in Canada right now and you need it, whether it's business analysis or not, any career at all, do the quiz, reach out to Windmill. You'll speak to a career consultant and they'll help you through the process. We'll send you the resources as well for career. If you're interested in business analysis school, and you want to use the Windmill, we can support you with Windmill. You would get an admission letter that you would use to process your application. We'll send you all the information by email by tomorrow. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of the evening. It's bye for now. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye. Enjoy
Bye.
your evening. Or
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.